All right, viruses and germ theory. So, as we start out this, we're going to look at the concept of how sickness works, how viruses and germs cause it, some of the differences between viruses and bacteria. And in doing this, you're going to come to a better understanding of how disease works, which is even more of an issue in our current time of pandemic than it has been in the past. All right, first of all, homeostasis. Homeostasis is your body maintaining a stable internal environment. That's the idea that inside of your cells and inside of your body, there's a particular temperature that your body wants to be, a particular pH level your body wants to be, and so on, with many other different balances of chemicals and other environmental factors. And your body exists in order to sort of preserve this internal environment that helps life along, that is operating at the optimal or the best temperature for the enzymes in your body to contract the business of keeping you alive. Now, this homeostasis, this homo as in same, stasis as in status, it's maintaining a same, a static, a continuing the same without changing status of various measures in your body. Sickness, at its essence, is a disturbance of homeostasis. It is the homeostasis of your body being disturbed. One of the primary ways that we see this in terms of a fever. That oftentimes when you become sick, you will begin running a fever. Interestingly enough, that particular disturbance of homeostasis is not because the virus or the bacteria is making your temperature change. Your body is changing its own temperature in order to kill the virus or the bacteria. That the idea is that the cells of your body can stand the temperature change, the raise in temperature, more fully than the bacteria or the virus can survive that change in temperature. And so your body's trying to fight it off. But your homeostasis has been upset in order to fight it off. And sickness is generally a disturbance of homeostasis. Terminal illness is a disturbance of homeostasis to the point where it leads to death. But remember this, homeostasis is just the situation, the status of the inside of an organism remaining the same. Similar levels of pH, nutrition, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. Now, in terms of this, we're going to start out with the idea of viruses. Viruses are not alive. A few different things. One of the key things about viruses do not process energy. They don't eat or grow. That a virus is assembled inside of a host cell, but it itself doesn't process anything. It doesn't take in food and then use energy from that food. It doesn't take in energy from the sun through photosynthesis. It doesn't actually process energy in any way. In fact, the more we look at a physical virus in the world, like coronavirus, the more it resembles a computer virus in that it is a self-replicating construct, not a living organism. All viruses are made of two things. They are made of genetic material and a protein coat. Now, that genetic material is either DNA or RNA. So there's a strand, a piece of DNA or RNA in the virus, and that DNA or RNA is surrounded by a protein coat. Here in the slide, you see two primary examples. There are other configurations. On this side, you've got what looks like a little space capsule. And so that's one of the reasons it was called a capsid or a protein capsid. Now, that space capsule side, basically the protein forms the weird spidery looking thing with the top on it. That's what the protein forms. And then the squiggle inside of it is the DNA that it's getting ready to inject into the living organism.